Alright class, so today we're talking about the fraction review homework. Part 1 is numbers 5 through 12 in the adding and subtracting page. Part 2 is numbers 19 to 16 of the multiplying and dividing fractions page. So again, if you're doing part 2, just fast forward to the time it is at, and then you can watch those so you don't have to watch all of the beginning part. Or you, if you want, I mean, I would go as far as just do the whole homework. You know, if you want to knock it all out in one day, no more power to you. So, if you remember, adding and subtracting fractions, the biggest rule for adding and subtracting fractions is that they have to have a common denominator. Denominator. I should look up how it's spelled. Denom. So common. It needs to have a common denominator. I'm a math teacher, not an English teacher, so I don't know how to spell. Common denominator. Basically, all it means is that the bottom number of your fraction, that has to be your the same. This is the only way it works. It has to be the same. So, like if we go to number 7, that's the one I'm gonna show you guys how to do. So if we go to number 7, I should see that these are not the same, right? Not the same. So that means I gotta make them the same, right? And there's different ways I can do it. So if I look at 9 and 3, I know that I can make 3 turn into 9. So you can do something where the number they both share and like find a multiple where they both share. But this one's easy. I can just pick a number, make 3 become 9. Well, if I remember correctly, I needed to make 3 become 9 through multiplication, right? So multiplication. So I need to multiply 3 with 9. Or 3, I mean. So 3 times 3 gets me 9. So that's the number. This is what you're going to use to convert your fraction. So this is going to be 7 over 9 plus, and then we're going to find out how to convert that. So this is 2 over 3. We said that multiplying by 3 is going to get us our 9. So what you do at the bottom, you have to do at the top. So that's going to get me 9. On the top, that's going to be 2 times 3, which gets me 6. So this is going to be 6 over 9. And from here, pretty easy, pretty simple. Bottom part stays the same. Again, when you're adding and subtracting, the numbers have to be the same and it never changes. So I might want to put that note on here too. So it has to be the same and also does not change. So it doesn't change. So it's going to stay as 9 even though you added. What does change is the top. 7 plus 6 gets you 13. And that's your answer. 13 over 9. You can make it into a mixed number, but it doesn't say, so we're not going to do that. Work smart, not hard, right? So I'm going to do the next one now. I'm going to try to leave the other one on top in case you need to catch up. But again, if I were you, just pause the video, rewind, rewatch it again, and then go from there. So here, same thing. Not the same, right? That's an ugly arrow. Don't look at that arrow. That's so embarrassing. Alright, not the same. I'm just going to put not same because I'm lazy. Fine. I'll put that. Alright, not the same. Now this one's a little more tricky. I can't make 6 become 10. So that doesn't work. So that means I got to find a number they both share. What you can do is you can just write out all the multiples of 10 and 6, right? So like 6, count by 6s. So 6, 12, 18, and so on. You could do 10, 20, 30, so on. Or what I like to do is just multiply the 2. So when you have 9 times 10, 5 by 6, and by what I mean by multiply the 2, multiply the 2 with the same, with each other's number. So I'm going to multiply 9 and 10 with 6. And I'm going to multiply 5 and 6 with 10. Oh, that's an ugly 0. I don't know what's going on today. All right. So from here, that's what you're going to do. 9 times 6, that's going to get me 54. I had a brain fart. I forgot what it was. 6 times 10 is going to get me 60. pretty nice, straightforward. 5 times 10 is going to get me 50. And then that's going to get me 60 again. Now I have it the same. So all you have to do is subtract the 2 at the top. So I have 60 on the bottom, right? That never changes. And then 54 minus 50 is going to get me 4. Now I can check real quick. I think 4 goes into 60. If I type it in the calculator, 60 divided by 4, or divided by 4. I know you can write it that way, but I'm not going to do that because it's going to confuse you. 60 divided by 4, type that in the calculator, gets you, I want to say, oh, it's 15. So it does work out. So I'm going to simplify this fraction. So I'm going to write it right here, simplify. And the way you're going to simplify is you're going to divide both by 4. That looks like a plus. I'm going to erase that. That's going to give me a 1 on top. And on the bottom, that's going to get me 15. So this is your answer. Technically, this is correct. This is okay. But we all want this. This is what I want you guys to write, is this one. This is the better one, the happy face one. I'm going to put a little happy face. Doesn't really look like a face. Oh, well. All right. So now we're going to move on to part 2, the multiplication and division. So multiplying and dividing. So multiplying and dividing, they have their own different rules. So for multiplication, I'm just going to write, for multiplication, the rule for multiplication is that you multiply straight across. What that means is essentially kind of what you have here, right? So I'm going to zoom in. These two are connected, so those two multiply, and then these two are connected, so those multiply. So you're going to multiply straight across. So I'm going to do number 10, because that one has a little extra step that you guys probably need to remember how to do. This has a mixed number. So right now you can't multiply it. So we need to convert this number to an improper fraction. So this is a mixed number. Forgot what this was called. Mixed number. Remember, hashtag is also a number. Now we want to make it into an improper fraction. And again, improper fraction, all that means is that the number on top is bigger than the number on the bottom. The way you do that is you're going to multiply here, and then you're going to add whatever comes out. So 3 times 2 gets you 6. Then you're going to add the 1. That's going to get me 7. So this is going to be 7 over 2 times 6 over 7. Here, you don't have to have the numbers be the same. So again, these are going to multiply, and then these are going to multiply. In other words, 7 times 6 over 2 times 7. 7 times 6, I'm going to be honest, I don't remember what that is. 42. 2 times 7 is easy, 14. I can count by 7. The first few numbers, not after like 28. All right. Then here, I'm going to double check to see if 42 goes into 14. And I'm checking in my calculator, so I'm writing down 42 divided by 14, and it looks like it does. So that means this could be simplified further into 3. And that's my answer. Alright, pretty straightforward. Pause the video, rewatch it if you feel like you need to, if you're like, oh, you went a little too fast. I'm going to go on to division. Division, it's its own little beast. Division, we need to, for division, we need to deal with reciprocals. We are not actually dividing, we are actually multiplying by the reciprocal. Multiply by the reciprocal. All that means, you're going to multiply the second number with the reciprocal. So let's paste this real quick. So this is the number that you're going to make into the reciprocal. And if you remember what the reciprocal was, the reciprocal is just the same number but flipped. I'm going to rewrite that. Same number, but flipped. So all that means is that 3 is going to go on the bottom, and that 5 is going to go on the top. If I can, what's going on with my back button? There we go. So that's going to go on the bottom, that's going to go on the top. So this is actually going to be 5 over 3. That's reciprocal. So now this is going to be 9 over 10 times 5 over 3. Like I said, you're going to multiply straight across. 9 times 5, 10 times 3. 9 times 5 is easy. That's just 45. 10 times 3, I have to remember, that's 30. And if those numbers don't go nicely together, but they do share a common number. They share 5. So I'm going to divide both by 5 to make it a little nicer. Obviously, the top part's going to get you 9. The bottom part is going to get me 6. Oh, those also share a nice number. Those share 3. Whoops. Those share 3. So I'm going to... Whoa. What happened there? Sorry, that probably got you guys dizzy. My bad. This is going to be divided by 3. This is going to be divided by 3. To save you some time, you could have divided by 15 and you would have done it in one step. But that's fine. It's okay. We got 3 over 2. Oh, I had a brain fire. I forgot what it was. And there's your final answer. Again, these are okay answers, but this is what you want. This is the answer we want to reach for. I want you guys to practice simplifying. It's just a good trait to have. And that's pretty much it. Pretty straightforward. Hopefully this helped you guys out. Let me know if you guys have any questions. See you tomorrow.